Hello, hello, hello. It's Tina from CNC Designs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you come in, if you see that red live button above my head, that means you have caught me live. If you do not see that red button, that means you're catching me on replay. In either case, please stop and say hello so that I can say hello back to you. I'm just gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. I feel like you're a little bit too close. Let me move it back a little bit. And let me be sure to turn my volume down. I did not go live earlier this week. I'm feeling kind of under the weather. I'm feeling like I'm catching a cold. So you guys forgive me. But I wanted to create something. Hello, Susan McDonald. How are you? Thank you for watching. Just trying to pull us up here on the page so that I can see comments. Let's see what's going on here. Happy Saturday. I hope your day was a good one. Always, always, always having challenges trying to find us on live. Let's see. Like I stated earlier, as you come in, please drop a hello in the comments so that I can be sure to say hello back to you. We're going to be working with some wood kits tonight. Well, actually one wood kit. And we're going to create these cute little Christmas ornaments that I saw and I just could not pass them up. I will leave links to the products that I'm using at the end of the live so that you can be able to purchase if you like. I don't know why, for some reason, okay, here we go. So we're going to be making some little ornaments for our Christmas trees, and believe it or not, these are going to turn into reindeers. Hi Susan, how are you? Thank you all for joining us. I am feeling a little under the weather today. I feel like I'm catching a cold. I think it's the switch so much in the weather here in the city. One day it's 80 degrees, the next day it drops back down to 60, sometimes 50. So I think my body is having a hard time adjusting. And we still have air conditioning on in a lot of places. So that's what I'm dealing with. How are you, Susan? Hi, Anthony. Hello. How are you? Thank you for watching. So I'm just getting some of our paints out. We're going to be making some cute little reindeers out of these wood pieces. And they're going to be turned into ornaments that you can hang on your Christmas tree. I got these wood kits from another fellow maker, and I will leave the links in the live comments after this is over. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to be base coating the front and back of our kit with Waverly Hazelnut paint. This is one of my favorite colors for Christmas time, especially when you're painting things like gingerbread men or reindeer. I think this color is perfect for it, and I'm sure you will agree. Let me just shake it up some. And we're going to be using a soft dauber brush just because it's easier. We get less wrinkles, well, not less wrinkles, but less brush lines, and it's quick. This piece is not that big. The color is really not that different from our wood, but I wanted to base coat it because, you know, we're going to do all the things, the edging and all of that. So I wanted some base coat paint down here. How's everybody's Saturday been going today? What you guys been up to? Do anything special today? I've been home cleaning. I worked this week 5 days, so I did not have a work from home day. And that work from home day really, really is missed when it doesn't happen because there's so much more that I could do when I have that work from home day that I just can't do when I gotta go into the office. Okay, so we've just given it one base coat so far. And these are our reindeer bodies. Let's just go ahead and do our antlers. You went walking, Susan? Awesome. Awesome. Good exercise, good cardio. So we're just gonna do the same thing on our antlers. And I'm gonna get the second one over here. And you know what, since we have this out, we do have some labels. No, I think I wanna use those. I don't know if I wanna base coat these, but I think I'm gonna use some sort of white paint with those, because we have these little labels that we're going to be putting onto our reindeers. So let's get a little bit of some heat on here so that we can apply another coat and flip them around. Walking in the rain, oh, amazing. It wasn't raining here today. It was pretty nice outside. It was pretty warm. Another one of those pretty warm days. We're gonna have a couple more of those warm days, and then in the middle of the week, next week, it's supposed to drop significantly. So it's definitely that season where that weather is very unpredictable. You gotta wear layers, because you can go outside and start out cool and turns hot. It's just a mess for me. Okay, so let's flip these over. And we're gonna do the same. I like to do the fronts and the backs because I never know what I wanna do to finish them off, but I know that I'm gonna do something here. I can't just leave them plain. So I'm gonna make sure I get good coats on the front and the back of our wood reindeers. I don't know, I'm missing my comments on my computer for some reason, but I think I can see them here. Wow, feels like fall already. Well, we've had a couple of days where it felt a little like fall, and then it went back to summer. Usually I base coat and do all of this before I come live, but this was gonna be so quick that I figured I'd do the painting with you guys and we can chat a little bit. What are you guys eating for dinner tonight? Or who's had dinner yet? My daughter and I decided on pizza, which was really good because I hadn't had a pizza in a while, so that was very good. We were supposed to be on last night, but this cold, I was having a coughing fit. I really couldn't go on last night, so I postponed it until today. And it's a good time because I get to see what Saturday numbers look like in terms of lives. I rarely go live on a Saturday. It's usually Friday nights. So we'll see. Excuse me. Okay. I'm gonna set these over here, and we're going to work on these bodies. I see a couple places that need a little bit more paint. So this is about 1.5 coats because I really did not put a lot a lot more paint onto this dauber the second time. So we're mixing a little bit of Christmas in with a few Halloween pieces. I don't really decorate for Halloween, so I haven't done too many pieces. I do have one more project, the second of our witches boots that I have a different idea for that I'll be sharing. But for the most part, we'll probably be moving right on into our Christmas decor pieces. I am so excited. I love making Christmas ornaments. It's probably one of the things that I like most about decorating for Christmas. And I have some great ideas, got some new molds in, so I'm excited about that. And you had soup. That's what I should have had. I really should have. Especially with this cold coming on. So this is our reindeer's body, coated front and back with our Waverly chalk paint and hazelnut. And I want to put some embellishment on his body because I don't want it to be so flat. I was looking for some sort of pine cones maybe that I had possibly in some of my Christmas stencils, but I couldn't find any that I felt were good for it. So we're gonna go with something different, but I think it's all gonna work out. So we're gonna be using some of our chalk paste and Irish cream. I've done some pumpkins already, but I've done more in my fall series. I don't really do Halloween pumpkins, so probably not unless I run across a pumpkin in the next couple of days that I just simply can't resist. And then I may endeavor to do some Halloween pumpkins. So I have a stencil here. It's a flower, and I'm gonna be using the bottom pieces of this just to give my reindeer body some texture. So we're just gonna, and I'm not interested necessarily in having complete coverage. Again, I just want some visual texture here, which is why I am using a color that's in the same family wave. I don't really want it to stand completely out. I just want you to, when you look at this reindeer, I do want you to be able to see something other than flat paint. And there we go. So I am going to sit this down in our water bath for a second. We may pull it back out. Here we go. Again, who would have ever thought that you could take one of these magnolia stencils and use it in the creation of a reindeer, especially a piece of it that was actually a flower. So that's, again, one of the things that I love about magnolia. It's very versatile. You really, really can create a number of different looks with one stencil. If you haven't tried them, I encourage you to try magnolia stencils. I assure you, you will not regret it. So now we have our little reindeer noses, and our noses actually are gonna go down here. So we're gonna paint this red, and this is Crimson by Waverly. I don't have another dauber here, so we are gonna use a paintbrush with this. we don't need to use the back to paint the back of it because it's going to be adhered to our reindeer body. I do think though that I am going to want to probably go around the sides of the noses so we can have some color there. And of course, this is Rudolph all the way. So that's why we have to have our red nose. And I'm gonna just go around the edges so that his nose is completely red. Thank you for those hearts. I love the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Full confession, I watch that every year when it comes on the Hallmark Channel around Christmas time. Hi Lisa, how are you? Thank you for joining us. I'm getting paint all over my hands. How about you guys? Anybody have any favorite Christmas cartoons or movies that you love? I have tons. Hello, Miss Wade. How are you, my love? Sending love and hugs and kisses to you, sweetie. So we're just going around again. Like I said, we're making reindeer ornaments, and this is Rudolph. So I am making sure that his nose is fully covered with our red. Oh my, I'm getting paint all over my nails. Let me just get a wipe out really quickly. The Grinch, is that your favorite movie? I definitely thought about, I have some things that I thought about making a Grinch ornament with. We'll see. Okay, so we're gonna set our noses to the side. We're going to bring our second reindeer body back into play. And we are going to get some sort of stencil texture on to him as well. So I'm just gonna clean the stencil up a little bit so that we can use it on our second reindeer. I'm just gonna use the opposite side. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Carol. How are you? You know, another movie that, full confession, I watch it almost every night. I'm saying even now is Home Alone. I love that movie. I watch it all the time. My children are like, Mom, you've seen it 1,000,001 times, and I watch it every season when it comes on for Christmas. I just love that little Macaulay Culkin in that movie. And it's so iconic because it's got a lot of New York landmarks in there. I think that's another reason why I probably like it. Okay. So here are our, believe it or not, reindeer bodies. And we've got a little stencil on the bottom that we used our magnolia stencils with just to try and give it a little bit of texture so that they won't be so flat as we continue to put this together. So let's try this. Okay, here we go. I have some little labels that are going to go onto our reindeer across here, and I just want to base coat these wood pieces. I did not bring my Waverly plaster to the table, so we're going to use some of our chalk paste as paint. And I'm just going to go across our pieces and just give it a couple of coats with our chalk paste. Chalk paste does work as good paint, so you don't have to have all the things. You can use, you know, one thing for several things. So if you had some Waverly chalk paste and you were thinking, I don't know if I'm really stenciling that much, I don't know if I'm going to buy that paste, you can use it as paint. You can use it so you can water it down, use it almost like a watercolor paint as well. So there's several things that it can help you with in your crafting. The only thing that I caution you against is mixing them. Hello, Miss Mays. Like, you see how I'm using this and I'm going in with a paintbrush. If you were using two colors, scoop a little bit out and put it onto the side rather than taking a paintbrush that you're using on two colors and dipping in, because you will mix your paints in together and change the color combination altogether. Scrooge, you like the movie Scrooge? So It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, that's a very good movie. Definitely. I love, like I said, I love all the Home Alone series. I love several other Christmas movies. This Christmas, I've even started to like, there's a series, the Best Man series. I don't know if you guys have seen that, with Morris Chestnut, and that has become one that I've started watching also during the Christmas season. But the classics, certainly Home Alone is one of my favorites. Elf, I love Elf. A lot of people, I know that's controversial, because for some reason I got a lot of friends that don't like Elf, but I like Elf. I think that movie's so funny. So I'm just painting the edges of our labels as well. Just trying to get some paste paint on here, because I did not bring the plaster paint to the table. Doorbell? What do you mean, Susan? This definitely does soak into your wood. These wood pieces definitely like to soak the paint up. But we are going to be putting some labels on here, so I'm not worrying too much if it's not completely as opaque as I would like it. We'll get it to work. We'll make it work. Okay. And these, both of these reindeer came in the kit together. I believe it's like maybe 16 bucks. I'll share the link with you for the creator that makes these and sells these kits. Now let's go back and look at our ears, our antlers rather. I want to definitely edge that. I still see that I have a little bit of paint missing there. So I want to go around those edges and get those covered. it's going to be a little bit of a challenge getting in here. So I'm going to have to turn this brush and try to get it in those little crevices down in there. Okay. And let's take our second one and do the same. Hi Lena, how are you? Thank you for watching. How's everybody's weekend going? You guys done anything exciting? Got anything planned? We were talking about our favorite Christmas movies. So if you've just join in the conversation and tell us what your favorite Christmas movie is. We're creating reindeer Christmas ornaments out of a wood kit that one of my friends, her name is Elizabeth Stahl, sells, and I will definitely put her link in if you're interested in buying them. Oh guys, I got some really exciting news. If you have not seen my Magnolia, if you haven't been to the site lately, go check out the site. Look at our new winter catalog, in particular on page 13, because you will see a stencil that is coming out in our winter catalog that is designed by yours truly. So I would love for you to go check it out. I'm so excited about that stencil. Can't wait to get my hands on it so that we can create with it. I think I'm going to, when I get it, I'm going to have a special class for any of my customers who purchase that stencil in particular. Let's have a crafting session together. We'll have a private session with just myself and those of you who purchase the stencil, so we can create along and come up with different ideas and different ways of using the stencil. I'm excited about it and I'm just so happy. Okay, so the idea behind this is to take our antlers. This is the top of our reindeer. Now, do you guys see the picture? I just think they're so cute. And because he's Rudolph, his nose is here. What do you think about that? I love this kit. I thought it was so cute when I saw it. I said, I have to have that. I just think it is so adorable. So we're gonna put his red nose down here. We definitely want to do some edging on these antlers. You guys already know we have to edge it. We may put, I don't know, it's Rudolph. Rudolph is a boy, so I don't know. The other one we may put a bow on. I'm looking for some of my ink pads. I thought I had some more. I do. Give me 1 second. So I have some smaller of our ink pads as well as some larger ones so that we can try and get some edging on here on our antlers so they can really stand out. Try and edge this as much as I can. So there they are. I got a little bit too much over here, so let me just take that off really quickly. I really want to get, I want these edges to really, really pop. So I might have to go over it a couple of times with this pad. that these antlers really stand off of the body. So this is a quick craft to put together, but you have to take your time on the details because that is really what's gonna make the piece. Taking your time on those details and really making them pop. I'm gonna take a little, let me see if we can find a brush of some sort that maybe I might be able to get into the insides of this, of the antlers. Just want to try and bring out all of those edges. I'm going to show you in a second the difference that it does make when you take that extra few seconds and take the time to really try and accomplish this. So here we have this one, and then you have this one. You see the difference in the two? This is why I love to take my time and be able to just try and pay attention to those edges, the insides, because it really does make your piece pop. And when you put it onto your reindeer body, you can really see those antlers. They're not just blending in with the body. Now, of course, you know, because these are whimsical reindeers and all of my imagination for how I want them to look, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of my own thing. So we're gonna add a little bit of gold on here, even though you may never see a reindeer with gold on it. I'm just gonna blend in some of these colors on these edges. We're gonna add some of our rusty hinge, which acts as a neighbor to our Waverly hazelnut. We're gonna go in here a little bit with some of this gathered twigs. Again, just to try and bring some real nice texture and make these edges stand out. And I think I'm even gonna go in with the same dark color that we had on the top, just a little bit. Not as much as we did on our antlers, but just a little. We may put some splatters in here. We'll see as we go along. Okay. I'm definitely going to complete this, complete Rudolph with you guys. And then I think Clarice, was that Rudolph's friend? Will be the other one, because we'll make her a girl, and we'll do her a little slightly different. And for time's sake, I am going to be using just some hot glue. I'm trying to find my labels. Here they are. So we have these two labels, and it says Rudolph with Your Nose So Bright. And we're going to put those on each of our intersections of our rainbow, of our reindeer. Why do I keep calling him a rainbow? I think, are they all the same size? Let's see. Yeah, so it doesn't make a difference. And we're going to use we're just going to use a glue stick to attach our signs. What do you guys think about this so far? Hello, Marlene. How are you? Who likes this so far? Give me some hearts if you think this is a cute craft. I'm going to put this right here. And of course, you know we're going to grunge that up a little bit because that's just too bright. No way. But we settle for that. Okay. Now I want to just give it, go over it a little bit just to give it some texture here, well, some color here rather. I don't want it to be too bright. There you go. Make him a little darker. These signs a little darker. Okay, so these are going to be our signs. We'll put them here. Okay. This is so cute. I love it. And we are not even done. And I just think it is so adorable. Definitely want to put some, I'm just using hot glue now for live purposes. I will go back in with some wood glue for a more permanent hold. Let's get Rudolph's nose on here. And we need some eyes on him. Guys, is this not the cutest thing? Is this not the cutest? I love him. What do you guys think? We need some eyes on him, so I'm gonna try to get me a small paintbrush and use the back of it for some little eye dots for our Rudolph. Oh my goodness, I love it. See if I can get a little bit of a, okay, I made a boo-boo here. Let's start that again. One second, and let me just, see guys, what I tell you all the time, you make a mistake, don't worry about it. It is just paint over it and start again. I'm not an artist, so I'm having a little challenge even with the eyeball dots. Okay. Maybe we can do them a little bit bigger. If we use this end of the brush, yeah. Okay, here is our Rudolph. What do you guys think? I think he's so cute. I absolutely love him. I do want to add a little something more. I'm thinking maybe some gold dots, some gold splatters. I definitely want to do something to the back of him because it is going to be an ornament. I am going to put a hanging piece on here and I'm going to hang him, but I want it to have something on the front and the back. So let me think for a second what we can do on the back of him. Better tea. I love it. I think it's so cute. Definitely want to put something on the back here. Maybe we want to just put like a little on his nose, typically because we see things like that all the time. I'm just doing a little bit of a broken dotted line just to give it a little bit more character. I'll show you that in a second. You see how that is bringing him to life, giving him a little bit more character. I definitely like that. And I'm just doing this with a Posca paint pen in white. And I'm not doing full coverage lines because I don't want it to be too stark white up against the reindeer body color. So just a little bit of color there. Okay. Now he's got a lot more. He's popping now. You see that, guys? I love it. I love it. What do you guys think? I definitely want to put a little bit of, or maybe not so much. That's not doing it for me. I think I definitely want to do some gold splatters in here, just a little bit, nothing too much, but I do want a few just to give it a little bit more character. So let's see. Because he's Rudolph, so I can't put a bow on him. So that's why I'm trying to give it some more life. Let's see if we can find a fan brush. Here we go. Linda, did I say hello to you? If not, forgive me. Hello, and thank you for joining us. So I'm just trying to get our fan brush ready for a little bit of splatters. Let's see. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Yes, I like this a lot now. Yeah, some snow, that's a good idea. Definitely. I'm gonna find my snowflake stencil. We're gonna definitely put some snowflakes on the back of him. Yeah, I like the gold splatters. I hope you guys can see them there. Can you see those splatters? Yeah, they come out. That is so cute. I love it. I love, love, love this. I love this kit. I think this is so cute. This is a great craft you can do with your grandkids, with younger family members. You can have a Christmas ornament tree trimming party and have people make their own Rudolphs. And instead of putting something here, they can sign their names if they wanted to. You don't have to have the same there. They can put their names there and the year that it was done. There's just a lot of things you can do with this. I really think this is so cute. And I definitely think I am going to add some snowflakes on the back. We're going to put, I have one of those jewelry bale hangers so that it'll be really cute and not too juvenile, but definitely one that you can put on your tree. I think I'm definitely going to stick this in my tree this year, even though my tree is supposed to be purple. This will definitely be going into my tree this year. And so that's all I got for today, for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed this creation. I'm going to work on Clarice, Rudolph's friend, which is the second one that came into this packet. And I will post a picture so you can see how they both came out shortly. In the meantime, you all have a great, great, great rest of your weekend. Have a happy Sunday. Remember to go check my website, my Magnolia site. Check out our new winter catalog. Check out page 13 and look at my new stencil that I designed that is now published in the Magnolia stencil for this season. And again, look out for the opportunity to purchase the stencil and join me in a crafting session where we will talk about that stencil. We'll create some things with that stencil. I'll give you a ton of ideas. We can exchange ideas about what we can do with it and have a lot of fun with that stencil. As well as check out all the rest of the winter stencils. This product, this catalog this season is amazing. You're gonna love, love, love the products that came out this season. In the meantime, take care and I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be good to yourself and be good to others. Thank you for joining. Have a great night. Bye-bye.